Why do a lot of people go through relationship issues, marital issues, and some they can't get married? A lot is happening in their life that they don't even understand. Some are married but they are not enjoying their matrimonial home. Some have left their marriage, they are going through another phase. Some have been divorced severally, they've tried different marriages but still didn't work. A lot is happening concerning relationship and marriages. So I want us to understand this. In the spiritual realm, we all have different peer groups that we belong to. And some of us are in relationships, some of us are yet to get married, some are married already with children. And so, because we belong to different peer groups, we have different hierarchy of position, we have different spiritual power, personality traits that we belong to or that we fall in. We could use our spiritual powers, our spiritual gifts, and the potency of our spiritual power, our spiritual gifts differs depending on the hierarchy of position in the spiritual realm. And this is where the name called heavenly mate comes out. The peer groups we belong to, we have different hierarchy of position and name of peer groups. In Yoruba language, it's called Egbe. And then in the spiritual realm, some of us are into relationship, preparing to get married, while some are already married, some were pregnant, some were about to give birth, some have given birth to several children, some were not married. It all depends. And then whomever we were married to, whether as a male or female, the potency of power differs. Some partners are extremely jealous, some are not jealous, some are calm, some are accommodating, some are very, very wicked, some are very, very strict, some are very, very kind. It all depends. So in the spiritual realm, we have different groups. We have different peer groups. And we have different hierarchy of position. So is the potency of our spiritual powers. Now the heavenly mates falls in the peer groups, and the peer groups differs. We have different names and different hierarchy of position in the different peer groups, which is called heavenly mate and also called Egbe in Yoruba language. And then for the spouse, like I said, some were married, some were not married. We have the heavenly, we have the spiritual husband, spiritual wife, or spiritual spouse. It differs. But out of curiosity, out of being inquisitive, some of us or most of us have decided to come to planet Earth to see what Earth is like, what it looks like, what they do here. But the disadvantage is that we could not use our spiritual power the same way we use it in the spiritual realm. We can't use it the same way on Earth because it's a different realm. So before we left, we promised our peer groups, our spouses, that if we were married or in a relationship, we promised them we were not going to stay long. We made all sorts of promises that we could not even remember on planet Earth because it's a different realm. So we could not remember anything. But some few could remember little, or they remind them in their dreams and all that. So what exactly I'm driving out is that for some people that are having relationship issue, it might be spiritual because you've made an agreement with your partner in the spiritual realm that you were not going to be with anybody on earth. But you have gone against the rules, you have disobeyed, and you are doing otherwise. So that could trigger something in the spiritual realm and not let your relationship go well. And for those that are about to get married, you notice as at the time you start planning the marriage thing with your spouse, with your partner, a lot of things will go wrong. And when they go do their research spiritually, they'll tell that person, you can't marry this person. No, this person is not compatible with you. Or the person might not even go for spiritual checking. Once the signs are there, for example, probably you are with a partner and you are planning marriage, and before you know, things start going wrong for that partner, accident, a lot of things go wrong, and the person will say, this is a sign, this is a bad omen, I can't be with this person. Or once the person start having sexual intercourse in the relationship, or with the person him or her wants to get married to, a lot will start going wrong. It differs, it depends. Or some partners might even, in the spiritual realm, they might even let the person get married on earth. And once you are married, a lot will start going wrong. It all depends, it all differs. This is because you've made promises with your partner in the spiritual realm. And because you didn't know who you are spiritually, a lot of things are going to go wrong physically. And apart from that, some it might be because of your zodiac sign, because you don't know who you are. For some, you can't get married to a fair partner. For some, you can't have sex in your relationship until you get married. For some, whoever deflowers you must be the person to marry you. Or whoever you did abortion for must be the person to marry you. You can't marry another partner. So this thing works hand in hand. That's why most relationships do not go well, or marriages do not go well. It's either you are marrying the wrong partner, or you have a spiritual spouse or relationship, or you are an Iyalode in the spiritual realm that dictates. And Iyalode cannot live in the same house with a partner because she's a leader. She dictates, she directs, she organizes, she has her power, she needs her privacy. A partner can only come visit on and off. If they are in the same house, they will fight, things will go wrong. And Iyalode cannot live in the same house with a partner. The partner needs to stay far away. She goes visiting, he comes visit her, because of who she is spiritually. So before you go into any relationship, stop asking people, are we compatible? I would suggest you go for spiritual checking. Get to know who you are spiritually and the person you want to involve yourself with. Do not have any sexual intercourse with whomever you want to have a relationship with. Get to understand who you are first, and the partner and the person you have decided to have a relationship with. Get to know everything about that person spiritually and physically before you commence anything, before you start anything, so you don't end up complaining, you don't end up regretting or being frustrated, depressed, and traumatized. These things are very, very important. These things are very, very important. Whether you want to start a relationship, whether you want to get married, or even if you are married, do your research. It's not too late. Be sensitive, be observant, be inquisitive. Ask the right questions. Get to know who your partner is. Some are even married, but they don't have kids. Some are not even allowed to get married because of their spiritual partner. It's so strict. Their spiritual partner is very, very powerful, and will not allow them to have a relationship, or will not allow them to be married, or will not allow them to be pregnant. Or as a man, will not allow the man to get married. Even if the man get married, the man won't be able to pregnate his wife. Some spiritual spouses are calm, they are kind, they are tolerant, while some will not take nonsense from you. This is because of who you are spiritually, the promises you've made together. the vows you've taken together.